Hi guys, so as promised in my previous video, this is the step-by-step process for making the mini plaid skirt pattern from that video. So I'm starting my pattern how I normally do by drawing a vertical and a horizontal line. Next, I'm going to take my waist measurement of 29 inches, divide that by 4, which is 7¼ inches. Then I'm going to add 2 inches for the dart and an extra ½ inch for the seam allowance. I'm going to mark these points on the horizontal line. Then I'm going to mark my waist to hip measurement of 9½ inches on the vertical line. I am then drawing a straight horizontal line from that point. This is my hip line. Then I'm marking my waist to full length on the vertical line. Then I'm drawing a horizontal straight line as well. I divided my hip measurement by 4 and marked it on my hip line with a ½ inch seam allowance. I used the same measurement minus 1 inch for the bottom of the skirt. Next, I'm taking the horizontal line containing the waist and dart measurements. Then I'm going to divide that into 3 equal parts. Then I'm drawing a vertical line down from these 2 points. I'm marking 5 inches down one line and 2.5 inches down the second line. Then I'm marking 0.5 inches on both sides of both of the points on the horizontal waistline. Now I'm just joining all the points that I have marked like so, and we have the darts. And finally, I'm just closing off the skirt like so. I'm now adding ½ inch of seam allowance at the bottom and at the top of the skirt because I kind of forgot to add it earlier. Also adding 1 inch for the zipper allowance. So moving on to the front pattern, I'm just using the back pattern to mark the waist, the hips, and the full length on to my new pattern paper. This is just so I don't have to recalculate. So now I'm just drawing their horizontal lines out. So for the hip line, I'm marking similar to the front, which is my hips divided by 4 plus a ½ inch seam allowance. I'm doing that also for the full length. But the difference now is that I'm going to add an extra 1 inch to the horizontal lines. I'm doing pretty much the same thing to the waist. I'm dividing my waist measurement by 4 and then adding a ½ inch seam allowance and also 1 inch on top of that. I am not adding anything extra for the darts. Next, I'm just closing off the edge of the skirt. Next, I'm taking my waistline measurement. I'm going to divide that by 2, and then I'm just going to draw a straight vertical line all the way down the full skirt pattern. I'm going to mark 0.5 inches on both sides of that line. Then I'm going to draw a vertical line straight down at these points. These are going to be my seam allowance. Then I'm going to divide the pattern into 2 by cutting through that center line. And now I'm just going to trim off the excess paper. So you can probably make a skirt as is with the pattern as it is, but because I wanted a V-shaped opening in the front, I still have a little bit left to go. I'm just measuring out how I want the V-shape to look. I kind of just eyeballed it and eventually I picked a random number. I think I went with like 2 by 1 as the measurement, but yeah, I just placed both pieces of the front pattern on top of each other. I pinned it together and then I just kind of cut it out like this. And that is it, guys, for the pattern making video. It was super simple, I believe. So yeah, thank you for watching if you made it this far.